Hello students, today we discuss on next topic control of slip ring induction motor by rotor resistance. Subject name electrical drives. This lecture delivered by Viren Sharma. So students, this is the interesting topics when we talk about operation of slip ring induction motor with using external rotor resistance. So here you can see the pictorial view of slip ring induction motor. These are the slip ring. Actually, all parts are similar of the induction motor as a squirrel cage induction motor. What only the difference between rotor sides. So today we give the information operation of slip ring induction motor. First we introduce what is the need of slip ring induction motors. So in previous my last video lectures we have discussed everything on squirrel cage induction motors including its disadvantages. So the familiarities of disadvantage in squirrel cage induction motor, to overcome these disadvantages slip ring induction motors have been developed with better starting characteristics and better current drawing characteristics of the slip ring induction motors. So you look here, the parts, the slip ring induction have mainly two parts. First is stator winding and second is rotor winding. When we supplied rated voltage 3-phase supply to the stator, then by induced EMF in the rotor winding, this motor will work. But what is the impact of rotor external rotor resistance? Here we inserted in the slip ring of induction motor. So some features about the slip ring induction motor. Slip ring motors are usually started with full line voltage applied across its terminals. It have external resistance connected to its rotor circuits. The value of starting current is adjusted or keep minimum by increasing the value of resistances of the rotor circuit. So this external resistance can be assumed to be a form of rheostat connected in star form. It keeps at a maximum when the motor starts and gradually cut out as the motor gathers speed. That is the means when motor gets rated speed. So the three-phase supply to the stator has a switching contactor along with overload and low voltage protective device. Here we use TPST switch. There might be also an interlock provide the ensure the proper sequential operation of the control gear and starting device. So now come next slide. For this circuit diagram, for this arrangement of the slip ring induction motor, you can easily understand the operation of slip ring induction motor with the use of external rotor resistance. What is the importance of rotor? So you can see here importance of external rotor resistance. By the help of this external resistance P can increase or decrease. So in the time of starting, this value is as possible high. So that's why to minimum flow of the rotor current in the rotor winding. So as well as minimum stator current. So when we applied three-phase AC supply by TPST switch, here are in the TPST switch, and these are the fuse, three-phase fuse wire, and this is the stator winding and this is the rotor. Here you can see here this is the slip rings, and this is the adjustable rotor resistance in the form of star. So when we motor is start and gets a rated speed, then we gradually reduce the value of external resistance, and that's why this rotor winding is short circuited. So these are the basic operation of self spring induction motor. You can see from this circuit diagram. Now conclusion: by the operation of self spring induction motor with external rotor resistance, first, stator winding are connected across three-phase supply voltage. This is the line voltage. Second, the rotor windings are connected to the star connected resistance through the slip rings. When rated line voltage is applied to stator circuit and the rotor resistance is reduced gradually to obtain the rated speed. A controlling resistance connected in rotor circuit then adjusts the starting currents. This allows a minimal of current flow in the rotor as well as stator, hence the reducing the stator current. This is because stator current is proportional to the rotor current. When motor drives gets its rated speed, the external resistance is slowly reduced in step by step. Then rotor windings are short circuited at the slip rings. You can see here. Here, these are the short circuited because of the value of resistance is removed. So the rotor winding of self-spring induction is a short circuited. But when motor gets rated speed, then rotor windings are short circuited at slip rings. Thus, once the motor picks up rated speed, the external resistance circuit is cut out from the rotor. So now we discuss application of self-spring induction motors. So these are the various application of self-spring induction motor. Whenever we require a starting torque is high. So self-spring induction motors are used where the load is intermittent and comes on very sharply for brief periods, such as a punching machine, and suited for high inertia loads. It caters with excellent starting torque, low starting current when compared to squirrel cage induction, and speed is varied with the help of external resistance from 50% to 100% of the full speed. Due to brush and slip rings, these motors required more maintenance. This is the disadvantage of slip ring induction motor. As the brush wears out, it may lead to intermittent contact and thus heavy sparking. So these are the main disadvantages. So thus we have seen in detail the starting arrangement of slip ring induction motors. In my next video, we will discuss on speed control of slip ring induction motors. Thank you.